Record. Okay, so let's get started on Ready Reading. Go ahead and reread your story if you need to, online friends. So page 18, where it says From When Stars Explode by Ken Croswell. So now let's go back on page 20. And let's think about again the answers that we decided on for the main idea, for the two main ideas of the article. So do you remember what we said were the two main ideas? A and D. So A, supernovae are violent explosions of stars, and that stars make energy through nuclear reactions. Okay, so those were our two main ideas about the article, right? Okay, so then for part B, we said what two answers? D and F. So D, its center makes energy the same way the sun does, by changing hydrogen, the lightest element, into helium, the second lightest element. Thomas, please sit down. And then F, if a supernova occurred within a few dozen light years of Earth, we would be in trouble. Okay? So now number 2. What did we choose that was the best definition for energy in the article, in the text? What did we pick? Was it D? D? A, B, C, D? Power that comes from heat. Okay. All right. Now flip over. Let's go to page 22. Page 22. Okay, so let's start reading on page 22. Okay, in the chart below, only 2 sentences are actually main ideas of the article. Identify those 2 main ideas. Identify those main ideas, sorry. Copy them in the rows titled main idea 1 and main idea 2. So it's on the bottom of the page. In the charts at the bottom of the page. Okay, so let's look at this table. So your eyes need to be up here, or your eyes need to be on your book on page 22. Okay, Elian? Page 22. 22, Mohammed, thank you. Okay, so a possible main idea. Let's pick one first. Ready? In 1604, a supernova exploded. Supernovae make important elements. Astronomers did not always use telescopes. Antares is a massive star. Only some stars will become supernovae. Hydrogen is the lightest element. Okay, so remember the main idea. So a main idea is what the whole article is about, not just one paragraph or one sentence. Because we're talking about the whole text, okay? Okay, sorry, I just hear screaming. Okay, so what can we take out that we know is not a main idea? So that will help us. What can we take out that we know is not a main idea? Astronomers did not always use telescopes. Do you agree that's not a main idea of our article, of our text, which is when stars explode? Okay, so I'm going to cross that one out. Or you can like squiggle it so that it helps us to hone in on what can be a main idea? Okay, so do it on your paper. Okay, so what's another one that we can take out? Hydrogen is the lightest element. Do you agree? Yes, no, maybe so. Is this what most of the text is talking about? Hydrogen is the lightest element? No, so definitely take that one out. Okay, what's another one we can take out? And Antares is a massive star. Is that a main idea? Does the whole text talk about Antares being a massive star? No. Okay, so let's take that one out. Okay, so we're down to 3 now. And remember, we have 2 that are main ideas. Okay, so which other one do you think we should take out? What do you think? Oh, what are you thinking? Exploded. Okay, so does this sound like a good main idea about when massive stars explode? In 1604, a supernova exploded? No? Okay. Do you agree we should cross it out? Yeah. Okay, let's cross it out. Good, Mohammed. Cross it out. Okay, so now we have 2 left. And remember, we have 2 sentences that are main ideas. So let's double check to see if these are main ideas of the article. Supernovae make important elements. Yeah. Only some stars will become supernovae? Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. Because it's talking about mostly stars and what happens to the stars when they explode, right? And then over here, supernovae make important elements. It talks a lot about the elements because it needs the elements in order to become a star in supernovae, right? Okay, so do we agree these 2 are our main ideas? Okay. So now, let's look at the second chart. Ready? So star these 2. Star that one on your paper and put a star on that one on your paper. Those are our 2 main ideas that we decided on. Okay, so now let's look at possible supporting details. Okay, so now study this chart. It contains supporting details from the article. Choose one detail that best supports each main idea you chose. In the charts at the bottom of the page, write each detail below the main idea it supports. Okay, so read through the supporting details. Go. You're reading it to yourself. So I should see your eyes on your paper. Eyes on your paper, start reading. Okay. So we're thinking about this main idea and one detail from here that will support this one first, okay? So supernovae make important elements. The last time people saw a supernovae in our galaxy was 1604. However, every year astronomers see supernovae exploding in other galaxies. The sun will never explode. and the explosions themselves produce iron. The outflow of huge amounts of energy, much of it light, pushes outward from the star's center. This nuclear reaction creates energy that heats the star and makes it shine.
I say it's and explosions themselves produce iron.
Okay, Ariana says, and the explosions themselves produce iron. So she says this is a good supporting detail for the main idea of no supernovae make important elements. Does it connect?
Yes. Yeah.
I saw some people nod their head. Okay, so you agree? Let's do it. Okay, so we're going to say yes to this one, and it connects to the first one. Alejandra, okay, so now let's look at the next one. So the next main idea, close your Chromebook, please. Only some stars will become supernovae. So now read through which supporting detail will be a good main idea for the second main idea that we chose. Iron is an element, so it supports it.
Yeah.
Okay, so our main idea was, or our main idea is, our second one, only some stars will become supernovae. So is it this one? The last time people saw a supernova in our galaxy was 1604. However, every year astronomers see supernovae exploding in other galaxies. The sun will never explode. The outflow of huge amounts of energy, much of it light, pushes outward from the star center. Last one, this nuclear reaction creates energy that heats the star and makes it shine. Okay, so what do you think? Okay, Ariana says this one. It has to connect to only some stars will become supernovae. Okay, what is everybody else thinking? Bo?
The sun will never explode.
The sun will never explode? So the sun will never become supernovae? Yes. Okay, so start this one and it connects to that one. Got it? Okay, so now you're gonna copy and paste, but not with your Chromebook, with your actual hand and pencil. Okay, so come down here. So main idea 1, okay? Yeah, that one's easier to erase. Okay, main idea 1. So what was it? Supernovae make important elements. Okay, so right here. And no. Okay, so super. No, how do you spell it? V. Make and write it down. Make important elements. Important elements. Okay, write it down, Johannes. Supernovae make important elements, period. Thank you, Dylan. I know my hands are cold too. Maybe we should get some hand warmers. Oh, just go.
Can you give us some? Do we do the qualification?
Yeah.
You have
I don't have hand warmers here. You're writing it down. Okay, so now remember which one connects to that main idea. Which one connected to this one? Okay, so I'll write that one right there. Oops. Okay, so do you remember which supporting detail connected to that one? Okay, so now copy that right there. This one. Jump on it. It evaporates when it's hot. When it's hot enough, it doesn't evaporate. Okay, so now you're going to copy this part. Or just tap. What? Tap. Tag it. Okay. Thank you, Ariana, for being done. Are you finished? Okay, so now what's that supporting detail that goes here? Quotation marks and the, what did we say? Explosions themselves produce iron. So, and the explosions themselves produce iron. Period. Quotation marks. Again, get it? Oh, sorry. Elian, ¿qué tienes que estar haciendo ahorita? ¿Ah? Olvida de la pizarra. Uh-huh. The camera keeps moving. I hope. Yes, Alejandro? No, don't do that. Okay. Oh my heavens. Okay, so on page 22, this is what we got. So main idea 1. Supernovae make important elements, and then that supporting detail, and the explosions themselves produce iron. Okay, so now that second main idea, we're going to copy it right here. So what did we say it was? Oh, thank you for staying focused.
Only some stars will become supernovae.
Okay, write it down. Only some stars. Thank you, Dylan, for writing it down. Piccolo Alejandro, only some stars will become, write it down, supernovae. Oops. Period. Only some stars will become supernovae. Write it down, please. Para Mohammed. Only some stars will become supernovae. Got it, Emma? Okay, so then our supporting detail to that one was the sun will never explode, right? This one? Okay, so quotation marks. The sun will never explode. The sun will never explode. Okay. So you got all of it? So both of those tables should be filled in. Okay, then start looking on page 23 and start reading the short response. Yeah, you got it? Thank you. Okay, page 23. Okay, I need to erase so we can go on page 23. Ready? Okay, page 23. It says short response. Reread paragraphs 6, 7, and 8. What is the author's main idea in these paragraphs? Use key details from these paragraphs to support your answer. Okay, so that means you should be going back and finding paragraph 6, 7, and 8, which starts on page 19. So I'm going to go back to paragraph 6. So you should be flipping your page. Okay, so I'm going to reread paragraph 6. So because the star shines so brightly, it uses up its hydrogen fuel within millions of years, much less time than the billions of years the sun will take to use up its fuel. Soon, the star's center runs out of hydrogen. Then the star expands and cools, turning into a big red star like Antares. Astronomers call such a star a red supergiant. Okay, paragraph 7. I should see everybody on page 19. Emma, page 19, please. Dylan, page 19, please. Thank you, Mohammed. Elian, page 19, please. I saw you. Thomas, page 19, please. Thank you, I really appreciate it. Okay, paragraph 7. The red supergiant makes energy by changing helium and other elements into still heavier elements. But these nuclear reactions do not make as much energy as hydrogen did. Within a few million years, the star has no fuel left. Okay, paragraph 8. Paragraph 8. Paragraph 8. See, Alejandro's ready. I see Thomas is ready. Paragraph 8. Paragraph 8. Thank you, Emma. 8. Paragraph 8. Thank you. Okay. Now the star is in big trouble. The star can't make energy to hold itself up, and gravity is still trying to pull the star inward. So the star's center collapses, scrunching itself into a small, dense object. Meanwhile, the star's outer layer shoots into space at millions of miles per hour. The star has exploded. Okay, so now those 3 paragraphs that we just reread, think about what could be the main idea of those 3 parts. So what is one thing that it's talking about through those 3 paragraphs? Think about it. It talks about how a star explodes. Okay. Oh, energy and fuel. A star's life cycle. Okay. Anything else? Okay, I like these ideas. Okay, so what do you think we can put together as our main idea? So let me go back to page 23.
It's talking about what a star does.
So what kind of a star? Is it a regular star?
It's what's supernova?
What kind of stars is it talking about specifically?
It doesn't say, it just says
Oh,
red super.
a red supergiant. So it's like the biggest stars that there are, right? Okay, so do you think that's our main idea? It talks about massive stars, or like the biggest stars. Okay, so let's start our sentence. Our sentence starter should be the author's main idea. I'm gonna make sure. Yeah, that's one. Okay, the author's main idea is the author's main idea is. So now I want you to write in your own main idea. What did we focus on? Red supergiants, massive stars, the biggest stars that there are. So use those things to finish up the sentence. It's time for you to copy this down. Page 23. Yes, Mohammed? Page 23, John. Yep. This is the main idea.
Teachers and students, previous interaction, students, when you head out to recess or to lunch, you need to have your jackets or coats with you. It's very chilly today. So teachers, please make sure your students take their coats and hoodies with them when they go to lunch and recess. Thank you.
Here's a lover. That's so cold. He does. What? I always wrote it down. Red supergiant?
Yeah.
That's not
Okay, so we need 3 key details about this. About what? Life cycle of a red supergiant. So go back and reread and highlight any parts that you think are key details to support the main idea. The main idea, which is what? Life cycle of a red supergiant. Only in those 3 paragraphs. So just paragraph 6, paragraph 7, and paragraph 8. But we already found the main idea with paragraph 6. So I'm thinking you need to find key details on paragraph 7 and 8. You need to find 3. If you're not sure what one of the key details is, raise your hand and I will tell you yes or no. But you're trying mostly independently on this. Key details. I'm talking about this. Hey, what's one key detail you found that you can share with the class? So what's the first step in the life cycle of the supergiant that it talks in paragraph 7? Okay, so it uses helium to create its own energy. Okay, it uses helium to create its own energy. I know, it's because I stepped on it.
The red looks cool.
It uses helium to create its own energy. Okay, that's one key detail. We need two more. We need two more. And got it. So what happens next in the life cycle of a big star? Noah?
Now that the star is in big trouble, the star can't make energy to hold itself, and gravity is still trying to pull the star inwards. So the center of the star's center collapses, screwing itself into a small dense object.
Okay. So it's running out of fuel. It's running out of fuel, right? Okay. So we can say the center of the star begins to run out of fuel. The center of the star begins to run out of fuel. Period. Yeah, I like seeing those pencils busy. Ariana's all done. She's ahead of the game. Emma, come on, girl. You can do it. When we're done with this, okay? We have like one or two more sentences. Thank you. Okay, so what happens after it runs out of fuel? Does it throw a big party? It explodes. So now the star will explode. Now, comma, the star will explode. The star will explode and do what? Does it talk about it, what it does after it?
And outside.
It just shoots, right?
Outside is kind of like
So now the star will explode and shoot. What does it shoot?
yes, it's outer layer.
It shoots its outer layer into space. And shoots its outer layer into space. There you go. How does that look? Looks good. Okay, so this part, the sun will never explode, is not a part of paragraph 6, 7, and 8. That's in paragraph 9. Right? So the sun will never explode. That's right here. We're only going up to here. We can't go past 8. So you're gonna have to take that out.
Some will eventually explode, but first,
I know because I need to go eat my lunch too.
I'm done. Can I use the bathroom? Can I use the bathroom?
Okay.
You're not done. Is he? Yeah.
Okay. So that's all you need for your Ready Reading books for today. Thank you so much for working so hard. Our recording is finished. So let me reread together back the whole paragraph. Where did I put the other one? Okay, so, whoops. The author's main idea is the life cycle of a red supergiant. It uses helium to create its own energy. The center of the star begins to run out of fuel. Now, the star will explode and shoot its outer layer into space. And there we go.